Okay, and we can start. So, hello everyone, and welcome to our Digital Marketing for Startups Masterclass, organized by Takween Accelerator in partnership with the American Corner in Sulaimaniya, Erbil, and Dohuk, and presented by me, Shahrazad Shehab. This masterclass is suitable for entrepreneurs, business owners, and marketing professionals. No prior knowledge at all of digital marketing is required, whether you are a beginner in digital marketing or has been around for quite a while. This masterclass is going to be live streamed on our Facebook page, and there will be a live interpretation in both Arabic and Kurdish. You can see the interpretation button at the right bottom of your screen, and if it's not showing, you can click on the three dots, the more, and you will find it there. Another thing that I would like to mention is that this session is recorded and will be uploaded to our YouTube channel for your future reference. So you can get back to it whenever you want and watch it again. Since this is going to be a master class, we will have a 5-minute break after 45 minutes. And we will be sharing with you some very short polls that you have to answer. And the questions are going to be very short questions, and they are not going to take a lot of time. Please feel free. Okay, so again, I'm sorry for that. And please feel free to put your questions in the Q&A box, and I will be more than happy to answer them during our break and by the end of this session. I would like to briefly introduce Takween Accelerator. Takween is a project of Yanhad, an initiative to promote civic engagement and entrepreneurship for youth in Iraq. It's financed by the European Union and the French Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and implemented by Expertise France and hosted at the American University of Iraq, Sulaimani. You can earn a certification after completing this masterclass, so we will be sending you a small quiz in the next 24 hours after this webinar to those who attended the Zoom session, of course. You must get a minimum of 75 over 100 to receive a certificate, and you will be allowed a one-time to complete the quiz. The quiz questions are easy, and all we need from you is to stay focused during our masterclass. You don't need to take a lot of notes, as I have mentioned earlier that this session is recorded and it will be uploaded to our YouTube channel. The main objectives of this masterclass is to show entrepreneurs and business owners the importance of creating an online presence for their businesses and how to develop an online strategy that attracts customers and increases your revenues. In addition to that, we will be sharing with you a lot of free and easy to use tools and some best practices. So we promise you it's going to be a good one. Let's begin with the biggest question. Why should startups consider digital marketing? Now, the answer is for many reasons, but the most important are: most customers are online, and with the growth of the internet, most people are online. More than half of the world's population access the internet, whether to conduct searches, chat on social media, and buy products, and of course, much more. And because of this, entrepreneurs need to have their businesses online where they can be found. The second thing is that digital marketing is cheap. Yes, it is cheap, for new businesses and startups. And because marketing may be difficult because of the expenses involved, it is cheaper than traditional marketing. Digital marketing helps entrepreneurs build and increase brand awareness. And this is very important. It can help your brand become top of mind when consumers are ready to research and make a purchase. And crafting messages that are targeted to meet people's specific needs and solve their problems are very effective. Once people feel they have a bond with your brand, they are extremely likely to want to do business with you. If the experience that they get satisfies them every time, they will soon become brand advocates who will help you spread your message and your mission with no effort at all. Digital marketing is as well a great opportunity to generate leads. With social media, advertising, and promotions, you can generate a lot of leads and convert those leads into customers. It can help as well build long-lasting relationships with your customers. Building trust with current and potential customers is the basis of digital marketing. And this will help you a lot in retaining your customers and converting them into promoters and advocates. Finally, data analysis, and this is also one of the most important things in digital marketing. You can easily keep track of results with analytics and data. You will be able to analyze your marketing campaigns, and this will help you know what is working and what is not working. And you get the advantage of planning more effectively and make changes instantly. Okay. In addition to what I have mentioned, there is one fact no one can ignore, which is the world goes digital. Gone is the world when people only relied on newspapers, magazines, brochures, and billboards to market their products or services. The digital world has changed the lives of people drastically, and of course, you can notice that. And digital marketing for startups is becoming an essential tool for growing the business, as it is an easy tool to market a particular product or service. Prior to the pandemic, it was difficult to maintain your business without an online presence. And after the pandemic, it is clearly impossible. Everyone from local business to global corporation knew that digital marketing had been growing at a rapid rate, and the increase of being indoors has led consumers to spend more time online than ever before and shift towards an online experience. What does all this mean for businesses? It means a different approach to generate customers and remain open. So to conclude, without digital, you won't be able to survive and grow your business. The world is gone digital, and Iraq, of course, is following the trends. The total population in Iraq is around 41 million, where 30.5 million use the internet and 25 million are active on social media. So as a startup, can you imagine this huge opportunity if you go online, and what you are losing if you do not? If you would like to have more information about digital Iraq and Middle East, you can visit datareportal.com. Okay, so in order to succeed with your digital marketing strategy, you should start with a really clear foundation. And what does that mean? First, you should specify what your unique value proposition is. And for those who do not know what a value proposition is, it is a statement that tells customers why they should buy your product or service rather than your competitors. This is the center of your marketing. It should be front and center in your messaging, and it should be the foundation by which you build all of your marketing around. Now, your value proposition is different than your slogan. It is, in other words, a promise of value to be delivered. Now, the picture that you see on the screen tells you that the unique value proposition is how what you really do well will address what your customer needs and cares about, and what makes your offer different from the competition. If what you do really well is the same as what your competition does really well, then you are adding no value to your customers at all. Some examples for value adding could be like free shipping, next day delivery, free trial, order tracking, and many more. A great example about a great unique value proposition is Uber, a multi-sided platform and has to have a value proposition to both sides, the riders and the drivers. The value proposition that Uber offers for the rider is that it is the smartest way to get around. They give their riders custom on-demand rides, fast pickups, cashless transactions, and a rating system. They sell their customers one of the most valuable entities, which is time. As I have mentioned, your value proposition is different from your slogan. Let's take another example. Let's take Apple iPhone. Their value proposition is the experience is the product. And from this, you can see that they focus on the experience of using an iPhone, the design of the device itself, and the ease of use. Their slogan is think different. So if we want to explain what a slogan is, we can say that a slogan is a short statement that creates a memorable, positive, and persuasive image about your product or service in the minds of the consumers. So make sure to create a slogan for your company and use it in your marketing and advertising campaigns. Next, after identifying what your unique value proposition is, you should identify your target market. Target market is a segment of potential customers who are more likely to buy a product or service from you. Identifying the target market is an essential step for any company in the development of a marketing plan. Segmenting your target market is very important as well, as it helps you gain a better understanding of your customers. And we have 4 different types of segmentation. You can segment by geographic, which is by region, country, or city. We have demographic segmentation, age, gender, income, and more. We as well have psychographic This is very important. You can use it a lot with your promotions and advertising campaigns. You can target people by their values, interests, and pain points. And finally, behavioral segmentation, which is by their hobbies, purchasing habits, and more. In addition to that, you should identify your buyer persona. Your buyer persona is a detailed description of someone who represents your target audience. Now, the picture that you see on your screens is an example and one sample of a buyer persona. You can design it however you like. By the way, this is not a real customer. This is a fictional person who has the characteristics of your best potential customers. In your buyer persona, make sure that you state the demographics of your potential customers, their interests, their frustrations, their needs, their goals, and everything that you have gathered about them from your market research and is useful for you. Next, we move to SMART goals. And one of the most common mistakes startups do in marketing is not setting goals. Setting goals is very important, and for your goals to be effective, they must be SMART. What does SMART mean? They should be specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. When we say specific, that means you should be clear and specific so your goals are easier to achieve. Measurable goals can be tracked, allowing you to see your progress. Attainable, ask yourself, are you able to achieve them? They should be relevant or realistic to avoid stress and frustrations. And as well, they should be time-bound. That is, you should set a date that can help you stay focused and motivated. Some examples of SMART goals could be like grow my Facebook followers by 200,000 by December 2021, or increase my website visitors to 3,000 per month by September 21. It could as well be increase my email subscribers by 60% by Q4. Finally, you should identify your key performance indicators or KPIs. A KPI is a metric to let you know how well you are doing working towards your goals. They help you make better decisions. And the most important 4 categories for every business to set KPIs for are sales, finance, marketing, and project management. And when we say marketing, of course, we're talking about traditional and digital. Some examples of sales KPIs could be like your monthly sales, new customers, monthly new leads, and average purchase value. Some examples of marketing KPIs could be monthly website traffic, cost per lead, retention rate, or new leads from paid search. Now you have clearly set your foundations. It's time to move to the next step, which is your digital marketing strategy. Let's dive into the main elements of a successful digital marketing strategy. A good strategy and its implementation can help out any business, not only startups, in a way like nothing else can. So in our presentation today, we will talk about Google listing, building a website, search engine optimization, search engine marketing, content marketing, social media, email marketing, and WhatsApp for business. Okay, let's start first with Google My Business listing. As a business owner, setting up a Google My Business account is a crucial part of your digital marketing strategy because it is the quickest way to be found on Google search results and Google Maps. And it is very cost effective since it's for free and ideal for startups. To be listed on Google, you need to go to google.com/business, and you can see the URL circled in red on the top left corner. Then you have to click on Manage Now, the blue button that you can see on your screens. This is step 2. Then follow the steps. They are very easy steps where you can enter the information about your business. And there is one thing that I would like to mention here is that you should have a Google account before you create your account on Google My Listing. Okay. Next, an engaging website. Building a website is very important for every business because it gives credibility, it makes you look professional, it attracts new customers through Google. Of course, as a business, you need to attract new customers, and one of the best ways to do it is by making yourself visible on Google. Now, a well-optimized website can help your business rank well on search engines and attract new customers. It can help as well showcase clearly your products and services. You can display high-quality photos and publish important information about what you offer. Display your best reviews and testimonials. This is as well very important for social proof and building trust. You can as well integrate your website with Google Maps so people can easily find you, especially if you have a physical location. Finally, it is a one place to gather all the information about your company. Okay. So, what defines a good website? What defines a good website is its visual design and usability. So, I recommend that you do not use a lot of text, do not use a lot of images, or mismatched colors. Just keep the design simple where people or visitors can go to your website and navigate easily, and make sure that the content is visually engaging as well, and as I have said, easy to navigate so people can easily find the information that they are looking for. And here are some website best practices. As I have said, make it easy to use and navigate. So every website should have a search bar and a navigation menu to allow visitors to find content faster. This is a necessity for websites that have lots of content. Security. This is very important. Regardless of your website size, your security levels should always be tight. Even small websites are vulnerable to cyber attacks and hacking. So make sure you pick a secure web host, keep your credentials secure, and get an SSL certificate. Now, what does the SSL certificate do? It encrypts information sent over the networks, making it very hard for hackers to decode it, and enabling HTTPS, which is part of installing an SSL certificate, affects your rank in the search engines. Responsive, it is best to integrate a responsive design that lets your site adapt to whatever device your visitor uses. So whether it's a smartphone or tablet, your website will adjust to fit the device screen automatically. Mobile friendly. With mobile friendly design, you can help optimize every user experience no matter how they engage with your content. Number 5, check for speed. This is very important as well. Site speed is an important part of the overall user experience for any website. A slow website doesn't just frustrate your users, it can have real consequences for your business, as users will often leave a slow site. Your logo should be clearly displayed. If your website is in Arabic, it should be to the right. If your website is in English, it should be to the left. And make sure that when someone clicks on your logos, it takes you directly to your homepage. So you have to link it to your homepage. Use icons for sharing, for example, your email, your phone number, and social media channels. Keep your website up to date and your customers informed about your new products and services. And finally, measure and analyze with website analytics that provide insights and data that can be used to create a better user experience for website visitors. And as we have promised you earlier, we are going to share with you a lot of free tools that are very helpful for your startups and businesses. So here is the first one, Google Analytics, which is a great tool for website analytics where you can uncover valuable data and information about your audience to determine which channels drive most of the traffic to your website. Now, there is an audience section in Google Analytics where it provides a lot of information about the people who visit your website, like their age, gender, interests, what device are they using to go to your website, and where they are coming from as well. Okay, so it's time for our first poll. So I'll be sharing with you our first poll. Continue. Okay, I think you all can see it on the screen. Yes. Okay, so it's only 2 questions. It's not gonna require a lot of time. So the first question, Randy runs a local bakery. After getting her business up and running, she is now ready to create a digital presence. What do you think should be her first step? Is it to create a mobile app? Is it to create a website? To set up a Google My listing, My Business listing, or create a blog? The second one, which of the website features below Randy should not include on every page of her website. A side menu, a search field, about us information, or contact details. Okay, so the correct answer for the first question is to set up a Google My Business listing, and we have 52%, 51%, 52 people answered correctly. And the second question, 43%, it is about us information. It shouldn't be included on every page of your website. Okay. Okay, so I have already said the answers, and those are the correct answers. All right, so we will move to our next topic, which is search engine optimization, or SEO. Now, over 94% of people who use Google only look at the first page of search results. And most people only click on the first three results. This concept as well applies to every search engine and not only Google. But we talk a lot about Google because it's the most familiar. So, what do you do if your small business website appears on the, for example, the 12th page of results instead of the first page? It's SEO, search engine optimization, is the answer, which is about increasing your website's visibility in the organic search results of major search engines. And when we say organic, we mean unpaid. You don't pay anything to rank organically on search engines. SEO is a very, very big topic, so we are not going to dive into details. We will just talk about the basics during our masterclass today, and we will go just a bit technical, so please bear with me with this section because it is a very important topic for you to know as an entrepreneur, even if you are not going to implement an SEO strategy by yourself, and someone else like an SEO specialist or a web developer will take care of it. But being familiar with the fundamentals will help you track if they are doing the right job or not. Okay. First, let's talk a bit about paid versus organic search results. If you go to Google and search for SEO, for example, as you can see here on the screen, you will get a result like this. Paid search results are the ones where the word ad in bold is shown up on the left, while you don't see this word, the ad, in the organic search results down. It is very important to know how search engines work to be able to understand SEO better. I will talk about Google search engine specifically. As you can see here on the screen, Google search works in 3 stages. The first stage is what we call the crawling. This is where search engines send out crawlers or spiders to discover your website content. This is, in other words, to find and update content. And when we say content, we mean different types of content like text, images, videos, PDFs, and more. The second stage is indexing. the spiders start categorizing and storing your content based on the keywords that you use. The final stage, or the third stage, is ranking. This is where the search engine rank your content based on your website's SEO and based on how useful is your content to the searchers. Now that you have learned about what SEO is and how search engines work, let's determine which strategic keywords to target in your website's content and how to craft that content to satisfy both users and search engines. So, your first step to SEO strategy success is researching the right keywords to use. Keywords are words and phrases that searchers enter into search engines when they want to search for something. Keywords could be short and long. A short keyword consists of one or two keywords, and a long keyword consists of 3 to 5 words. Here are some examples of short and long keywords. Short keywords could be like running shoes, winter jackets, SEO tips, and long keywords could be running shoes for women, winter jackets for kids, SEO tips for startups. Now, running shoes for women, this is one keyword, okay? It's made up of more than 2 words. Okay, this is very important, and I would like you to pay attention to this slide. A very important thing that I would like to mention here is to pay attention to what keywords you choose, as people are more likely to search, for example, for used cars and cheap flights instead of searching for pre-owned vehicles or low fares. Okay, step 2. Build an SEO-friendly website. As you can see here on the screen, your page title, your URL, and header tags should contain keywords as well. And make sure that you include those keywords in your content, the content of your website. Your content should be relevant to what people are searching for, so they have a better chance of finding your content among the results. Make sure your web developer is including the keywords in all what I have mentioned. Make sure the keywords are included in the title tag and the meta description of every single page on your website. Now, the meta description and the title tag are placed in the HTML code of your website. That is the backend. So you can ask your web developer to do that for you as well. Okay, your images. Make sure you name your images correctly and include those keywords in the name, and make sure they are compressed so the page can load faster. Your page load speed and mobile friendliness, as I have mentioned in the website section, are very important elements that influence your rankings. Some great tools to help you research keywords to use. We have Google Keyword Planner, hashtagify.me, Moz Keyword Explorer. There is as well Google Search Console. This is a free tool and has a lot of free tools and reports to help you measure your site search, traffic, and performance. It can as well help you fix issues and make your website shine in Google search results. Before I move to the next topic, I want to ask you to give a priority to your SEO strategy implementation because it is one of the most important factors when it comes to your online presence. Okay, so it's it's time for a break. Let's take a 5-minute break and we will continue with our presentation. Now it's 4:50, so please make sure that you are back in 5 minutes. Let's move to our next topic, which is search engine marketing. Search engine marketing, or SEM, is the process of showing ads above the organic results. And based on the keywords that want to target, businesses pay to get their advertisements ranked at the top of the search results page. So here, we are using paid strategies to appear in search. You can create your search engine marketing ad campaigns by using Google AdWords. It's an online advertising platform that allows advertisers to display their ads on Google search engine results page. You can start doing your campaigns on Google AdWords by going to adwords.google.com, and you can as well find like a lot of tutorials and information on the web and on YouTube that can be very helpful for you in crafting your campaigns. It's time now for our second poll. So I will share our second one, and I would like to ask you to kindly fill the 2 questions. The first one is the first step to your search engine optimization, or SEO strategy success, is to identify the strategic keywords to target in your website content. True or false? The second question, search engine marketing, or SEM, is the practice of marketing a business using unpaid advertisements that appear on search engine results page. Okay, so I'm gonna end it here and let's share the results. So the first step to your SEO strategy success is to identify the keywords, and yes, this is true. Search engine marketing is the practice of using unpaid. No, it's the practice of using paid advertisements. So the answer is false. Okay. So we can skip this slide as we already answered the questions. Okay. Now we can move on another very important topic, which is content marketing. And content marketing has become a must for any business nowadays. Whether you are working in the B2B or business to business industry, or B2C, business to customer domain. And as you know, and I'm sure you've heard, that content is king. And yes, it is the king for any business. So it is very important for you to focus on good content. So what is content marketing? It is the process of creating and sharing content to reach your target audience. It is very essential for boosting factors like brand awareness, sales, reach, and engagements. We have different types of content. It could be offline or online, the text you use on your website, on your posts. It could be your blogs, your visual images, your videos, magazines, brochures, and more. Some content marketing best practices. Put your audience first. Your product or service shouldn't be the only thing you focus on, because your audience is more interested in their own pressing needs. Focus on values. So no matter what your business sells, it should be as sensitive as possible to the needs of consumers. Use high quality images, graphics, and videos. Be true, very important. By being true and authentic, you will build a great reputation and people will trust you and buy from you. Check for spelling. Always check for spelling, grammar, and punctuation mistakes so you don't damage your online reputation. Use CTAs. CTAs are call to action buttons. They give you the chance to motivate a visitor to take the leap towards becoming a customer or client. Finally, measure and analyze. Make sure your content is performing. See what kind of content are people engaging and interacting with the most. As well as it is very important to keep an eye on your competition. Analyze your competitors' content and see what they have done successfully. And of course, here we are not talking about copying what they are doing. Okay, just see what they are doing and always be different and do something that can add more value than your competitors. This is an example of a call to action. You can use them on your website, in your social media posts, and email messages as well. I would like to share with you a small tip. Most of the startups, they share like long messages when it comes to their social media posts. I would recommend that you don't do that. Do not share long messages in your social media posts. Instead, share like 2 to 3 sentences and add a call to action to drive them to your blog or website where they can read the full article or your full message. And by this, you will be able to generate more traffic to your website and at the same time improve your ranking on Google. Some very nice and free sites where you can get high quality photos and icons: Unsplash, Flat Icon, Pixels, FreePic, and Pixabay. Now for me, I use FreePic a lot. Okay. Some free content creation tools: PicMonkey, BeFunky, PictoChart, and Canva. Canva actually is my favorite, and I use it a lot. It's an easy and a very effective design solution for non-designers. You can create like social media graphics, presentations, posters, document and other visual content that you might need. So you can go to canva.com and start designing your content. Okay, other tools like Google Alerts, Bitly, and Grammarly. Google Alerts monitors the web for interesting new content and sends you emails when it finds new results. Bitly is used for shortening the links and URLs. And Grammarly, it's used to review for spelling, grammar, and punctuation. Okay, now we can move to social media. Why you should be on social media and how does it help businesses? First, it is very helpful in building and increasing brand awareness. And this is done by spreading the word about your product and services and mission as well. Social media posts and ads are key ways to drive traffic to your website. You can, for example, add links to your website or blog in your posts or ads, and this will help you in Google ranking as well. It is a great way to generate leads, and this is one of the major benefits of social media for businesses. Many social media networks offer advertising formats specially designed to collect leads. It is as well a place to connect with the right audience. It would be extremely difficult to reach your target audience if you are not sure who they are in the first place. And that's why we talked before about the importance of crafting your buyer persona and identifying your target market. It helps in boosting sales as the number of people using social media continues to grow, and social networks has become very important for product search and e-commerce. It's a great place to partner with influencers, those who have a large following on social media and can draw the attention of that following to your brand. Influencer marketing is very important, especially for e-commerce and brands businesses. Okay. So, the top 5 social media channels for businesses: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Let's start with Facebook first. Facebook is right for just about any business. It's also a great place to build brand awareness and interact with your clients once you have caught their attention. It is a very good channel for B2C domains. Instagram, great if your audience is younger and typically shopping from mobile. So it's very effective for e-commerce businesses. Twitter is very powerful for building brand awareness and connecting directly with other customers and influencers. LinkedIn, it's becoming a networking tool exclusively for professionals and has revolutionized the way we seek, find, and get hired for jobs. It is the #1 platform for B2B businesses. Because you are more likely to find business partners than new customers on LinkedIn. YouTube, for sharing information through video. You can create video tutorials, visually show your product descriptions, and give personal press releases to your viewers. Now, the biggest question: Do you as a business need to be on all social media platforms? Of course, no. The answer is no, and this is a big no. You do not need to be on every social media platform because your audience is not on every channel and you don't have time to dedicate to every single platform. Be where your audience is. So, for example, if your company is a B2B business, the audience you want to reach is probably not on Facebook, nor on Twitter, nor on Instagram, but likely on LinkedIn, as you probably want to reach the managers or CEOs from different companies. If you are a local retail shop that's a B2C business, your audience is likely to be on Instagram and Facebook since you want to show off what you have in stock or what your new arrivals or products are. Okay. So let's find out and talk a bit about the differences and characteristics of generations. We have Generation Z or the Zoomers. It's the one in yellow. Those are those are under 18 years old and are more active on Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. We have Generation Y or Millennials. Those are people between 18 and 32 and are more effective on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, and YouTube. We have Generation X or the parents of Generation Z, and they are very active on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and LinkedIn. The baby boomers or the BB. Those are as well people between 48 and 66. They are active on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Finally, we have the boomers or Generation B, and we can call them as well the builders. Those are people who are 67 and above. Those old people weren't that active on social media and were very hard to target before the pandemic. But now, and because of the lockdowns, they are adapting to digital technology and they have become shoppers and big online spenders. So pay attention to this. Okay, if you would like to know more about the generations, I would highly recommend that you go and search on Google and in your social media strategy, focus on their psychographic and behavioral characteristics like attitudes, motivators, aspirations, interests, passions, purchasing habits, and many more. Okay, some social media best practices. Be visual as much as you can because 90% of the information transmitted to our brains is visual. Respond within reasonable time to tweets and comments. People like to be noticed and feel recognized. So make sure you are responding to them. Use hashtags wisely. Do not overdo it with too many hashtags. This is a big mistake that a lot of social media managers do. They use a lot of hashtags and sometimes it's not needed. Twitter and Instagram love hashtags, but that doesn't mean you use more than 4, 5. Use 1 or 2 for Facebook or LinkedIn if you need to, and do not put any hashtag if it is not necessary. Your most valuable resources, your team members. Encourage your team members to share your posts so you can have some organic reach and increase your brand awareness. Use mention or the tag, especially if you are talking about someone, and this is as well very helpful when it comes to organic reach. Research your best post time, and that is when the majority of your followers are online. You can get data like this and others from the insights section of each channel. Determine an ideal frequency for posting. That is, how often do you think your followers want to hear from you? Remember that posting too much can annoy customers and drive them away, and posting too little can lose you interest and momentum. So try to find the right balance. Automate tasks whenever you can. Finally, measure and analyze, and this is everywhere in all the best practices. Measure and analyze. Track your data. Do not just assume that your posts are doing their job. So follow your data to see what is working and what is not working. The third poll, the one before the last. Okay, so I've just shared the third poll, so please, I would like to ask you to kindly fill it. The first question: content marketing can boost factors like brand awareness, sales, reach, or all of the above. The second question: which of the following is not a social media best practice? Branding, using a lot of hashtags, A/B testing, or being visual. And let's share the results. Content marketing can boost factors like brand awareness, sales, and reach. So the correct answer is all of the above. Which of the following is not a social media best practice? Of course, it is the use of a lot of hashtags. This is not a social media best practice. Okay. We will move now to another important topic, which is email marketing. And it is an effective way to convert leads into sales by sending personalized emails to targeted audience. For businesses who are not using email marketing because they don't see it effective, I would highly recommend that you use it, even if you see that it's not effective for your business, but go try it. Maybe you will change your mind, you will see it effective. So I would recommend that you do email marketing. Why? Because it is very affordable and inexpensive. It is, as I have said, targeted and personalized. You can generate leads and boost sales by featuring your products or services in your emails to grab the attention and entice customers into purchasing. You can as well share promotions and discounts. So email marketing is as well a great tool for retaining customers, as it can help you provide your customers the best service. And as you know, customers are always looking for updates on shipping or delivery once they place their order. And most email marketing tools offer the ability to track what happens after you have sent out your email campaigns. So it's very effective for any type of business, and it's very, very effective for e-commerce businesses. What emails can you send? Types of email campaigns. You can send to your customers welcome emails, promotional emails like sending offers and discounts, abandonment emails. Those are shared with clients who have kept products on their cart but didn't complete the checkout process. This is very important for e-commerce businesses. You can as well inform your customers about new features, products, or services. You can send your newsletters, send greetings, and inform them about any upcoming events. Some email marketing best practices: make sure you include an unsubscribe button in your email content, and this way you give the recipients the option to opt out. Test. Send it to yourself first and review the design and check for errors or mistakes. Before you send your email to your customers, send it to yourself first. Do not purchase lists. Do not use uppercase in your subject line, nor use the word free because you will be considered as a spam and you might go to junk. So make sure you always share relevant content. Automation. Automate email marketing with an autoresponder, for example. Segmentation, very important. Segment your emails by geographic, demographic, or behavioral segmentations, as we have mentioned earlier. A/B testing. You can send 2 emails with 2 different subject lines, for example. You can send 2 emails with 2 different content or call to actions. By the way, A/B testing is a good method to analyze which of the 2 email campaign strategy is more effective in terms of high open rates and click rates. Finally, measure and analyze. Measure the performance of your email campaigns in terms of open rate, response rate, forward rate, and other metrics. 2 great tools for email marketing: MailChimp and HubSpot. Personally, I use MailChimp and I have been using it for years. MailChimp allows you to have 2,000 subscribers and send up to 12,000 emails per month for free. And as well as they have great tracking features and automation features as well. Okay, time for our last poll. Okay, I think you can see it now on your screens. This is our last one. The first question: email marketing is effective for a business because it generates leads, boosts sales, retains customers, or all of the above. And the second question: which of the following is not an email marketing best practice? Okay, so is not an email marketing best practice: do not spam, do not include an unsubscribe button, segmentation, and finally automation. Okay, that's it. I will end it here and let's share the results. Okay, so email marketing is effective for a business because all of the above. It helps in generating leads, boosting sales, and retaining customers. So the answer is all of the above. Which of the following is not an email marketing best practice? Of course, it's do not include an unsubscribe button. This is not a best practice. Every email marketing message should have an unsubscribe button in the content because you should give the customers or the people receiving the emails an option to unsubscribe and opt out if they don't want to receive your emails anymore. Okay, thank you very much for answering our polls. Let's stop sharing and move on. All right, now we move on to talk about WhatsApp business. WhatsApp, we all know WhatsApp and we all use WhatsApp. And it is one of the most popular mobile messaging app on the internet. And of course, I know it's owned by Facebook, and it's a great option for person-to-person messaging. Now, in 2009, WhatsApp Business was launched for businesses, especially e-commerce stores, to market their products, generate leads and interest, build brand awareness, and even boost sales. Here are few advantages of using the business version of the app for your e-commerce store. You can create a profile for your business by adding your company's name, logo, biography, and contact information, location, and opening hours as well. With basic automation, you can create automated messages to answer some of your customers' questions. You can as well organize your contacts or chats with labels for easy retrieval. You can easily manage your chats with filters to sort by, for example, unread messages, group, or broadcast lists. There is a section as well in the app where you can showcase your products and services with a catalog along with brief information about your products, such as prices, photos, and a link to the product card on your website. So, WhatsApp Business is the last element in our strategy. Now we will move on to talk about your mindset as an entrepreneur and a business owner. In order to succeed with your digital marketing efforts, you need to work on your mindset. First, shift your marketing focus from you to your customers. Then map their pain points and create content that help them solve their problems and satisfy their needs. Finally, after you have done the first two steps, now you can connect with them on social media and start sharing your content. We want you to shift your mindset from being product-centric to customer-centric. This is what we call in business customer centricity. Offer the best solution and not the best product. Come up with new needs to fulfill and measure your success by your customer lifetime value and retention, and not by product revenue and profitability. Now, of course, product revenue and profitability is very important, but put your customers first. Be empathetic. Care for your customers' pain points. Understand their problems and understand their experiences and needs. Focus on impact. Focus on your why. Why you are doing what you are doing. How are you going to change people's lives and make a big impact? Consistently keep customers top of mind and focus on making sure that your customers are satisfied and happy. Happy with your product, and do whatever it takes, of course, within reason, to keep them that way. Finally, employees and job satisfaction. Employees that feel for the people they are working to serve are far more likely to be fulfilled by their jobs. And the best reward for employees is seeing the impact of their work on the lives of your customers. Um, Unfortunately, our masterclass has come to an end, and I would like to ask you to stay tuned with our upcoming webinars. We have a co-founder masterclass in August and a social media strategy for startups in September. I'm ready to answer your questions. Please post them in the Q&A box. Okay, let's see if we have anything in the chat. No. Okay, so please, if you have any question, feel free to post it in the Q&A box. When we will take the exam, yes, we will send you the exam tomorrow, like within 24 hours after this webinar. Will you offer any in-depth master classes in the near future? Yes. We have social media for startups. It's going to be a masterclass, how to craft your social media strategy. And we as well have a co-founder masterclass. How to promote your e-business in the real estate industry. All the steps that we have mentioned during our webinar. But you have to focus a bit on social media advertising because now organic reach on social media is rare, so you have to do some social media advertising in order to be able to promote your business, in addition, of course, to the elements and that we have mentioned in our strategy. Fauzi, I was very busy, so you weren't able to watch us from the beginning. You can get back to the webinar as it is recorded and will be uploaded to our YouTube channel. So you can get back to what you have missed. How to level up our marketing proficiency? Attend as many webinars as you can. Keep following us. We have other upcoming workshops, and there is a lot of tutorials online that can help you. How versatile are your suggestions and strategies? Could you depend on them to promote any business that you do, like a clinic maybe? Look, Ali, every business is different, and every business should be data-driven. That is, you should try, measure your data and see what is working and what is not working. Maybe SEO works for your business very well, and for another business, it doesn't work very well, okay? So it depends on the business. But at the end of the day, you have to try, test, measure, and analyze, stop what's not working and continue with what is working. And of course, always improve. Yes, sir, should we have pages on all social media platforms or one by one? No, just have pages where your customers are. And if you see that your customers are on only one social media channel, just be on this channel. Don't go on any other channels. You don't have to. Can you please provide us with your YouTube channel link? Yes, we will share it with you. Can digital marketing be used for education and research purposes? Uh, I didn't get, I'm really sorry, I didn't get your question. What are some?
So let's say, can digital marketing be used for education and research purposes? Yes. If you are promoting an educational course, you can use digital marketing. If you are offering research services, yes, you can use digital marketing. If that's the way you meant your question. If not, maybe try posting again.
Digital marketing should be used for any type of business.
Exactly.
What are
putting the YouTube channel in the chat so you can grab it from there. Go ahead.
What are some of the best startups for young graduates in Kurdistan region of Iraq at this time? Eileen, please, can you answer this question as you are more familiar with?
So there's an excellent book. It's called The Future is Faster Than You Think. I will type the title in the notes. The future is faster than you think. I highly recommend this book. It will tell you exactly where the world is heading and where you can have job security and startup innovations based on the trends that are happening in multiple different industries. So it depends on what your background is, what your interest is, but there's a lot of opportunity for startups in, if you look at Kurdistan region, I would address water. There's no reason why we shouldn't have clean water in every tap in every house. It doesn't mean you have to depend on the government to do it. You can come up with some solutions and start selling them to homes. Same with solar panels for homes. Same with providing stable electrical grid and agriculture. I know that CWAS and some others are providing a lot of training into ag tech. They want to see higher crop production and efficiencies. So they're looking for innovations in water distribution, farming, and food transportation. So there's all different areas that you can look for what's needed. So maybe, for example, if there's something what interests you, you can go do research on what's the actual very current trend for that topic. Maybe just say, for example, tomatoes, and you want to be involved in helping your family or your relatives or people that you know that are doing a lot of tomato farming, but you feel like there's a lot of inefficiencies, you go do research on what the latest trends are in other countries and then figure out how to bring that technology into your country. Same for transportation, same for housing, same for electricity, same for everything that you can think of. Go see what's already happening in other countries and bring that technology and change and modify it so that it works inside of your country. We've seen great success with startups who are creating SaaS platforms, and they're delivering the content in 3 languages. So you're ahead of the game and you can get all the Kurdish customers or Kurdish speaking customers onto your platform before the big players come to the region and recognize that there's revenue available here. You will already have that market share by picking them up and offering them solutions in Kurdish. We'll leave that. That's enough there for now.
Okay, thank you very much, Aileen. So we have another question: how I can convince my manager to apply my useful business idea for his or her company. Now,
I can take it as well if you'd like.
Considering, I'm sorry?
I can help with this one as well if you like.
Yes, sure, go ahead.
So the way to get people's attention with an idea is to help them understand or see the value. Why should I stop doing what I'm doing and listen to your idea? You must engage me with the value. You need to show me how it's going to bring me revenue to the business. How is it going to enhance the current product features? How is it going to improve process efficiencies? So instead of trying to take 5 minutes to explain an idea, the opening sentences are around, I have an idea that will increase productivity. I have an idea that will increase revenue. I have an idea that will reduce mistakes in bookkeeping. So whatever it is, like start your opening statement with the value, that value proposition that we talked about earlier, so that you get their attention, and then deliver your idea in a very short, concise way. Sometimes it becomes very convoluted and you're talking for 5 or 10 minutes and you've completely lost the interest of your manager. So you need to practice getting your idea down into 2 or 3 quick sentences and then ask them questions to engage them.
Okay. Thank you very much, Amy. How to find real followers on social media? Yes, I mean, this is a very important question. And there's one advice that I would like to tell all of you is to always look for quality and not quantity. So it doesn't matter if you have 100,000 followers and like 1,000 of them are your true customers or your true potential customers. It's all about having the real ones. How to find the real ones? You should do some promotions and target those people in your advertising campaigns. And always keep in mind that 10% could be fake accounts. So I don't advise that you go buy followers like a lot of startups do, just to increase their followers and get people to see that they have a lot of followers. No, just do some campaigns and slowly you will increase your fans. How to start a new content and where we get the best ideas about it. Google Trends is a great tool where you can find great content to share. And in your opinion, what are the social medias important for marketing? Social media is important for marketing because you can target the audience that you want, and you can create a brand awareness. You can generate leads, convert those leads into customers, and have those customers be your promoters and advocates. And this happens through content at every stage that I have mentioned. How to start a new content and where we get the best. I answered this, sorry. Now, how to start a new content and where we get the best ideas about it. Okay, so you can get some nice content from Google Trends or the web, and you can craft your content using Canva. How startups can find funders for their project.
So I can take this one. So I'll be doing a presentation for Recoded. If any of you are active in Recoded, I'll be doing a presentation with them, I think on August 10, that talks a little bit about this. And then I'll be doing it publicly for Takween audience later in August or September. So funders come from many different places. There are grants, there's seed funding, there's venture capital, there's business loans, and there's partnerships. So free money is grants, seed funding. Money that costs you are investors and partnerships, where you actually have to give something back for that money. And business loans, you have to pay it back. So the most important thing to look for is free money, free funders, and those are your grants and seed funding. So grants are money that's given by NGOs or large international organizations and governments that are very active in Iraq. IOM is one of the largest that I've seen that's been giving grants to startup ideas in Iraq. So I would check with IOM first, and then I would start looking at all the different embassies that are in the country, and then look at the large international NGOs that are running programs in the country. So GZ, Rwanda, there's Oxfam, USAID, they're all giving funding to the different incubators and accelerators. And then from there, we're giving the funding out. So Takween Accelerator is funded by a grant from the European Union. And then we provide seed funding to the startups who have been accepted into our programs and have completed extensive training, and then they compete during a pitch event, and then we have seed funding for them. And this is a similar model to the others. So also look at the incubators. There's many incubators in the country if you're just beginning, and the incubators can also sometimes provide you with some funding. So I hope that helps.
Yes, very helpful. Thank you very much, Aileen. So we have another question from Dana. Would you explain the main difference between between best product and the best solution? How could they be different? Yes, that's a good question, Dana. You can have the best product, but this best product might not solve your customers' problems or satisfy their needs. So this is not a best product because it's not a solution for them. So you can have the best product by being the best solution for the customers. So the best product, in other words, is the product that solves your customers' problems and satisfy their needs. Okay. Okay, would you mind writing those organizations that give away seed funding and grants?
I could drop it into the chat box.
A course, workshop, or proposal writing for grants by you guys would be great. Yes, we'll take that into consideration. Yeah.
And these funding, let me be very clear that these organizations that don't just give away seed funding and grants, they actually provide funding to startups who meet their requirements. So you would have to apply and you have to go through the program or the activities that they expect you to go through. They don't just write blank checks out to people to go do things, so it takes an application and selection process, but there's a lot of them in the country right now. So I'll list some of them here. Some of them are grantors that give grants to the incubators and accelerators, and some of them work directly with the startups. Okay. How early do you think a young entrepreneur wannabe should start being active in this area, or if they're still students? Also, speaking of common issues, are there any good resources to look them up? Good resources to look up common issues. I would go back to the book that I recommended, The Future is Faster Than You Think. It will really open up your eyes and give you some creative juices on what to look at, to focus on going forward. And it's never too young to think about being an entrepreneur. There's articles that I have seen, successful entrepreneurs in their teenage years. So there's no reason why you cannot start right away. And what's important to keep in mind is that it's a mindset. There's an entrepreneurship mindset. And that means that you want to create solutions to big problems in the world. So there's those who want to start businesses because their goal is to make money. And they don't care what the business is. They don't care whether or not they're really solving problems. They don't care if they're innovative or disruptive. They just want to make money. That's not an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is trying to solve problems, and they want to be innovative and disruptive and find big problems that need solutions. And they're not afraid of failure, and they're not afraid of risk, and they'll try over and over and over and over again. So just because you come up with a solution and the audience isn't ready for it yet, or you didn't get the traction, you learn from that, and then you start the next one, and then you start the next one. All of the famous founders that you hear about out in the world have had multiple failures before their successes. You just don't hear about them, but they do happen. So one of the things that you can do is support the ecosystem by not criticizing those who try, and do not criticize those who create a mobile app that has bugs in it. Instead, help them fix the bugs. Tell them what the bugs are. Tell them why you're not using the app. Tell them that the app would be better if you did this and this. Give feedback and continue to support those who are trying. So it's about supporting each other through this process and helping the ecosystem grow in the country. Will Steve Jobs' exclusive biography book help us in regarding this topic? All books about biographies about very successful leaders give you some tips. I'm not saying that once you read it, you're going to be a rock star too, but all biography books provide some kind of tips into the way they think and why they made the decisions that they made. It's not harmful in any way at all. And if biographies are interesting to you, then that's a great one to read.
Okay, thank you, Aileen. And when, how can I get another course? I want to join all courses. That's so satisfied. Thank you. I'm happy to see that you are satisfied, and say to follow us on our social media pages because we always share our upcoming events there. And you can as well drop your email on the chat. We can add you to our email list, and you will start receiving emails from us. Okay, Aileen is answering this. Can we get the displayed file? I want.
So we do not deliver slides. Slides are our Takween intellectual property. We do deliver recordings, so you can watch the recordings on the YouTube channels, but we do not deliver our slides. That's our intellectual property. Shahrazad probably put in 30 or more hours into making those slides, so we just don't hand them out. When's a good time to make an advance? Make an advertise for your social media? Doesn't make any difference.
When is the good time to make an ad for your social media? It does make any difference. Yes. Your posting and advertising, it's very important to post and advertise when your target audience or your followers are online. Every social media channel has something called analytics or insights. You can go there and you will find some data about your customers, or about your followers, that tell you on what days and what time they are active on the channel. So post during these times.
Would you explain the main difference between best product and the best solution? How could they be different?
I answered her.
Oh, you answered already? Okay.
Yes, I answered this question.
All right. Is there any other presentation in another time? We answered this as well. We have, we try to have presentations about once a month. So just keep an eye on our social media to see what's coming next.
Yes, I think that's it. No more questions.
I think that's it. We're good. And it's exactly 6 o'clock. Isn't that awesome? Thank you, everyone, for your attendance. It's been wonderful to see the high level of attendance and interaction on the questions. It's really nice to see.
Yes, thank you, everyone, very much for joining us today. We hope it was beneficial, and we hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget to follow us on our social media platform to stay tuned with our news, upcoming events, and programs. Thank you. Have a good day. Have a good night, everyone.